All right, you're on. 3, 2, 1, go.
I wanted to briefly demonstrate the satellite dish installation on the basic settings. In the next session we will discuss the motor installation. For right now we will adjust the motor to the vertical position, whereas the post will be plumb and level. But in the future we will have to adjust the motor for this elevation, which means Northern California. But for now I will give basics on what to do before you start aiming the dish. First we will level the post. No matter where you are installing, most likely you will have to level the post, and we will discuss that in a separate situation. So I will go ahead and loosen the motor so that we can have it more or less level. So make sure that the post is level, and we provide sufficient bubble level for the inside, and we will demonstrate that separately, but we're discussing only basics. The first and most important thing in any setup, a satellite dish of linear style or linear polarization or linear L&B, we will need to set up the L&B tilt or NLB rotation. GEOSATfinder.com gives us the settings. If you plug in your zip code, you will see your aiming coordinates, the magnetic, where the compass reading. You will see dish elevation, and you will see the L&B tilt or skew. We can look it up on our cell phone, or you can look it up on the paper that we provide. And we just go to GEOSATfinder.com, and we punch in the current zip code in Rockland, California, 95677, and it comes up with a beautiful location, and it shows us that our skew for Rockland, California is 27 negative. 27 negative means clockwise. I don't know why they decided it. Probably they were thinking about from behind the dish, but from in front of the dish. Negative will be clockwise. 27 will be just one setting past 20. So we will make sure that it's just one setting past 20, because each notch is about 5 degrees. So we will take it slightly past. That is the setting on the L&B. Ron Popeil says, set it and forget it. Most of the settings on the skew is set once and for all. So make sure this is not tightened too much when you are setting. Once you set it, you forget it. The next step, we will go to elevation. In our location, it shows that elevation should be set to 38.5 degrees. So what we will do is we will make sure our dish is not tightened on the elevation. We will make sure that it's slightly loose so that we can set, and I will explain to you what is the best setting for the elevation. The elevation is set, but the left top edge of the nut. Now usually I say nut, but really there's a little built-in washer into it. If you could zoom in, Jim. So we would set the edge of the nut straight for our 37 degrees. That would be, each notch is about 2 degrees. That would be 3.5 notches. That would be 37 degrees. We don't over tighten it, we just slightly tighten it so that this doesn't fall down while we're aiming the dish. The next thing, of course, in non-professional applications, we would connect the receiver. We would go to channel 100, and we would press the signal strength meter, signal button on the remote control. Almost all of our GEOSATpro receivers that we have manufactured in the last 15 years has a signal button. Signal button shows you signal level, and signal quality. Signal level is the amount of noise the dish is collecting. If you are seeing something like in numbers of 65, 75, that's very reasonable. You're collecting enough noise from out there. And LNB stands for low noise block. It literally blocks out everything else except what we need to receive. In our case today, we're going to use a professional meter. This is called Super Buddy. And first, before we'll go ahead and connect to LNB. And we will go ahead and turn it on. And we will select the Galaxy 19. Make sure that your settings are set to KU band, generic KU band with standard LNB 10750 LO. Local oscillator on this LNB, on the standard LNBs in North America, are 10750. We make sure there's power applied to the LNB. And then the first thing we do is we will pan the dish in our direction according to the GeoSat finder. In our case, this is going to be southeast direction, and we will be looking at the signal level. Again, every receiver may be slightly different. Most of the receivers will show you signal level from 65 to about 75. As you are coming across the satellite, the signal level should come up slightly. It is not guaranteed, and it's not important as long as you have good signal. But once you are starting finding satellite, your quality will start showing. If you're dead on, it will show high quality of over 50%. In our case, our goal is just to pan the dish, and we will pretend that we are just panning the dish, not knowing where the satellite is. We know, of course, where it is. So what we will do, we will start about 10 degrees to the right of the setting, and we will slowly, very, very slowly pan. Our receivers lock onto the signal quite quickly, but we recommend doing extremely slow. I usually say the slower you go, the faster you'll find the satellite. So right now, we blindly set up approximately level post. We set up the LNV in appropriate rotation and skew, and we're just going to pan the dish very slowly. Now, we are lucky because we know what we're doing, but sometimes we're not that lucky either. One time I was sitting at the house, I started panning, and I'm very slowly panning, and I see that my signal level is fluctuating. That means whenever I am coming across the neighboring satellite, the signal level will go up slightly, and whenever I go off the satellite between them, the signal level will go down. So basically, I am just panning, looking at the signal level, and the signal level is not moving too much. In my case, it's right in the middle, and I am just being patient, and we're just going to slowly move until I go all the way to 10 degrees to the left of my original setting. Why? Because we never know exactly, no matter how great your digital compass is, we never know exactly where the satellite is, because that's the nature of the satellite and nature of the compass readings. So we will pan all the way to the east. In most cases, most people in the first pan did not find the signal, and we didn't. So what we will do, we will pan one more time to the back just to make sure that we're doing the right thing. So we're just going to go ahead and pan from southeast to the south, and hopefully we'll get something. And if we don't, right now the signal level is slightly going up, went down. So we approximately start feeling maybe our elevation is not right. If your signal went up and went down very quickly and no quality, that means maybe elevation wasn't set right. But we're doing it on purpose because we're setting up. So you're panning again, and sounds like I am not getting any higher level. In fact, my level dropped off. Now, purposely, we're going 10 degrees to the left, 10 degrees to the right of where the satellite is supposed to be. So what we will do is we will raise the dish one more time, just in case, to make sure that we're following the procedure. We're just going to raise the dish just slightly, just to make sure that we're going in the right direction. Why do we do so? Because we assumed that people didn't know to begin with. So we raise the dish about 1 degree, and we will fix it back. Okay. The reason I'm so doing, of course, I know that my post is not level. More than you can get a signal from the first sweep. But I want you to understand, It's not a problem if it's slow. We start panning the dish very slowly. Again, the slower you go, the faster you will see the signal. And we are slowly panning, very slowly panning. I see the signal level is just slightly going up, but it's not locking on. Going up, going up, going up. Signal level going up, but not finding the quality. Okay, I think the elevation was not set still correctly because it didn't show the quality yet. Well, we're going to raise it again. Now, I recommend, of course, being patient and doing pan back and forth just in case. But what if you just need to be a little more patient, and we're going to raise another degree, and we're going to lock it up again. And hopefully this will be the one. So we're going to go ahead and pan very slowly. As slowly as possible now. I recommend go slower if possible, because you will not miss the satellite. So we go very slowly. Our level starts going up again. If you're using Super Buddy, the level just dropped to about 23 dBs. Negative 23. And we just went, and the level failed or fell off. Now the level went up again. That means we're looking at neighboring satellite, but there is no quality. So I briefly wanted to say, so between the channel 100 and 901, or rather the Daystar television is a very good channel, there are several different transponders. So I would recommend sometimes making sure that you're looking at the right transponder. And I would recommend, of course, channel 100, because that's the most sensitive. And just in case, I will pan the dish again. Is it possible that I had the weak transponder selected? It is possible, so I will be very slowly panning the dish back. Again, I see the signal level go up and did not lock on the quality. I am not giving up. I'm just following the instructions. Again, how important it is to be patient, and I am moving it about twice as fast the speed that I was supposed to, but just for the demonstration purposes. We're going to loosen the bolt and raise the dish again, since we are kind of in a make-believe situation. So we're going to go ahead and pan the dish very slightly. Slow, slow, slow. Slow, slow, slow. We can again observe the signal level going up, but not significantly. In fact, I've noticed that the signal level didn't go up at all as much as I expected it to. That means most likely I went too high on my elevation because I was raising aggressively. So this is how the real practical setup is going. So what you do is just be patient, check the elevation. Ooh, I went 10 degrees too high. That's why I couldn't catch the satellite. So I was looking below the satellite and above the satellite. I never caught the middle. So we're going to be patient. We're going to loosen the bolt and lower the dish again, just slightly. Now in my case, I will try to make sure I'm very reasonable. I'm going to set it to about 40 degrees. And just be panning again, very slowly. Signal level is going up, 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 and I got a lock. Guess what? So what I just demonstrated is we went below the satellite on one sweep, then we raised the dish very high. We went above the satellite. As soon as I lowered it in between, I was able to lock on the satellite. This tells me that you, just like you're painting the fence or painting a wall, you have to go line by line. Don't skip the lines, because otherwise you're not going to see the quality. This is the basic setup or alignment of satellite dish. Thank you.